Alright guys, PacOslim here with another PacOpinion requests. This was suggested by J-Man, who wants to know, are there any potential storylines for DLC later that you'd like to see? And he lists Red Sun as an example. I actually found this request a little difficult because I'm not quite sure all the characters they have lined out yet, and there's still quite a few left to announce. But here's just a few stories that I like that could be interesting. One potential storyline they could do is Kingdom Come. Now, it is one of the more known DC stories, and it does involve a climactic battle between the forces of the original heroes with the new breed of heroes. And it's actually really good. If you haven't read it, I suggest you go out and get it. I like it, so yeah. Another potential storyline I would like to see is from the Batman Beyond 6-issue miniseries Hush Beyond. If you haven't read that, it is great. It has quite a few characters that they could actually make alternate costumes for. For example, they could do an alternate for Batman, being the Batman Beyond skin. They can do an alternate costume for Catwoman, because in the Hush Beyond story, there is a Catwoman in the future. Different person, actually daughter of one of the heroes that can split his body into many pieces. I forget his name. I want to say Multiple Man, but I think that's a Marvel hero, so I could be wrong. And without spoiling something, they could do an alternate costume for Dick Grayson, which I know what it is, and if you've read the story, you probably know what I'm referring to. Alright, so what other stories would I like to see? Blackest Night could definitely be done, and I would love seeing Blackest Night versions of all of the heroes, because those designs were pretty good. Any other stories I can think of off the top of my head? Another thing they could do was an Earth 2 type of storyline, with the versus what's a storyline that I don't think has a name, but it could be against the Death God Grundy, and it's basically a retelling of, well, not necessarily retelling. It's basically telling the stories of the Golden Age heroes, but in a modern day setting, actually reversing the roles in which our current heroes were actually the original heroes, and the Golden Age heroes come afterward. I think it's an interesting story, and it could definitely work because there's Green Lantern, Flash, and Grundy that could have alternate costumes. Any other stories I would like to see? Another potential storyline they could do that would be ridiculous, and I seriously doubt they would do it, but there's a thing called Superman and Batman versus vampires and werewolves. It was a Halloween thing, and it was basically exactly what it sounds like, except not only just vampires and werewolves, but also demon creatures from another dimension and stuff. It's pretty good, I think. Well, it's kind of cheesy because, it's, Superman and Batman fighting vampires and werewolves. I guess it's a good thing to read if you really don't like Twilight, but whatever. So those are some potential storylines I would like to see. They may or may not actually use those because, like I said, I don't know what they have in mind for potential DLC in the future. These are just a couple suggestions. So, if you want more requests, leave them down below and see ya.